Governor Romney, I'm glad that you recognize that al-Qaeda is a threat, because a few months ago, when you were asked what's the biggest geopolitical threat facing America, you said Russia. Not al-Qaeda, you said Russia. In the 1980s are now calling to ask for their foreign policy back, because the Cold War's been over for 20 years.
I don't concur with what the president said about my own record and the things that I've said. They don't happen to be accurate. But I can say this, that we're talking about the Middle East and how to help the Middle East reject the kind of terrorism we're seeing and the rising tide of tumult and confusion. And attacking me is not an agenda. Attacking me is not talking about how we're going to deal with the challenges that exist in the Middle East and take advantage of the opportunity there and stem the tide of this violence. But I'll respond to a couple of things you mentioned. First of all, Russia, I indicated, is a geopolitical foe. Not a,
Number one,
excuse me, it's a geopolitical foe. And I said in the same paragraph, I said, and Iran is the greatest national security threat we face. Russia does continue to battle us in the UN time and time again. I have clear eyes on this. I'm not going to wear rose-colored glasses when it comes to Russia or Mr. Putin. And I'm certainly not going to say to him, I'll give you more flexibility after the election. After the election, he'll get more backbone.
Вот так вот весело в городе Гуково, ребята, хуячит град. Все, две машинки отстрелялись.
Russia continues to support Syria, supports Iran. This is, without question, our number one geopolitical foe.
The Cold War's been over for 20 years.
This is a middle finger to the U.S. This goes back to the Cold War.
I am confident that Assad's days are numbered.
But he remains, and with renewed confidence.
Worst chemical weapons attack since Saddam Hussein.
The red lines seem to blur.
Where did the chemical weapons come from?
Well, the Russians supply them.
I'm not going to wear rose-colored glasses when it comes to Russia or Mr. Putin. And I'm certainly not going to say to him, I'll give you more flexibility.
Who's ruled his own country with an iron hand, publicly scolding the U.S. and the Obama administration.
That looked to the Russians and said, let's see if you can do something. We should be playing the leadership role there.
He would still be unable to work with members of Congress. He's ignored them. He's blamed them.
Hold the entire economy hostage. Extract a ransom.
With the gun held to the head of the American people.